name that they still can't find.
Yo, yo, yo. Good morning, good morning, good morning. About 15, 16 minutes away from market open. I gotta move my mic. Alright, let's see. Good morning, Shane. Good morning, Ace. Good morning, Blink, Mighty One, Rough Trader, King Carnage, OA83, Daffy, Eric, Marlin, and Kid83. Good morning, everybody. As you can see, I got the news laid out here at the top of the list. Then we got our list for SPY, NVIDIA, Tesla, Meta. I don't know why I'm on XLY. All I have highlighted is the previous day high supply and previous day low demand. And then we have two bigger time frame levels, and I didn't even bother including the previous day open, which is actually way down here, or the previous day close, because I'm more focused on the range. Again, looking for seller moves against this area, looking for buyer moves against this area until I see a break and retest to invalidate this range. On either side, we could see a breakout to the upside, we could see them come back down, see them bounce, and then that will show that buyers are in control of this seller area. So that's what we're watching today, really. But also, at the other hand, kind of thinking on the other hand, not trading heavily today. Very light positions, if anything, if you are going to take a trade. But for the most part, really just monitoring what's happening today. Not really looking to expose ourselves to the market as much today. With Powell starting it, we have tons of speakers today, tomorrow, and Friday. So tons of news, tons of data, tons of speakers. And also, yesterday wasn't that bad. We got a really good move the other day. We talked about this in stream the other day with Devin on Discord. Broke it down in a couple explanations in the Discord on charts. Good morning, Manny. Good morning, Teresa. Glad to have you both in here. Okay, for a second, I thought my mic was off, but we're good. We're looking good. Be sure to share the stream around. Some people still have not adjusted to the Monday, Wednesday, Friday schedule. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I love this new schedule. What's up, SF? What's up, Lilith? How you doing? I see you in the Discord all the time. Lilith. Good morning, Chuck. And we could see too, like, you know, it's not just one sector, but you can see tech took a little bit of a dip. You can see healthcare is taking a little bit of a dip. Banks are actually moderately flat. Discretionary is doing all right. And it looks like comms are moderately flat. A little bit lower from close, but nothing crazy. So we'll see how they all open going into this morning. But real quick, I'm going to draw some supply and demand on them. Covering today's price action. We got 12 minutes, so I got plenty of time. So first thing my eyes go on to are the low and high of day. I see this. I draw back up to the top of the red candle. That gives me an area of demand. So we're going to crawl that over to cover today. And then I see that my open of last green candle is actually way down here. So we're not going to do that. We're going to go from here to the top of that candle. Extend this over a couple days. And bam, supply, demand. Now we just got good other areas to watch outside of our bigger time frame levels. Which again, if you are looking at levels at XLK, V, F, Y, or C here on any of my charts, all of these levels are from the monthly time frame. Again, looking for areas of supply and demand. We can see our yesterday's opens way down here, and sometimes too you'll see me do this where I'll add like I see this isn't a supply or a demand, it's just a good pivot point. All right, we'll add it. It's a good previous day close. It's very strong, just like yesterday's open, very strong. And then supply, I'm gonna go from the bigger time frame level down to the bottom of the last green candle before the reversal. It's an area of supply. And again, adjust that over a day so we have it over here. There's not really an area of demand here. They kind of have one here, and here. It's kind of like an ascending move up to retake 131. So clearly 131 is the level to watch out for. So there's no need to, you know, continually add more zones. Let's get our one here. So we got banks covered. Cover that over. Discretionary. They never really made a high of day, so we're just going to add their high and their close and their open, and then we're going to highlight the demand, which is again about right here. Add a couple days so it covers today's price action, and then the last one that we care about for smaller time frame action. Again, we like to watch all of the sectors, but the main core that we're going to watch are tech, healthcare, banks, discretionary, and comms. These are the top 5 sectors of the S&P 500, also known as SPY. Of course, tech and healthcare being the heaviest. There we go. Now we have everything drawn for our charts now for the smaller time frames on the sectors. So now, whenever the market opens, I can instantly go over here and be like, all right, what's tech doing? What's healthcare doing? What's banks doing? What's discretionary doing? How are comms doing? And compare those to each other and go, okay, well, 4 of them are moving up. 1 of them is still in range, looking like it wants to try and move up. It's still rejecting. You know, then I should know in the back of my head, SPY is most likely moving up, unless small caps are selling us off, which, and then in that case you can go check out the rest of these sectors. You can just jump straight to IWM and go, oh look, yeah, IWM's breaking out, you're right. You know, so it's just good to have that in the back of your head, which again, I don't expect anyone to pick up on that the first 2 times hearing that. You know, it takes a little bit of being able to go through that over and over and over and over, adding it to your routine. Again, we always talk about this, developing your routine and sticking to it. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, another ninja. Good morning, Chef. What's up, Curtis Coleman? Said good morning. I finally... Oh, my bad. Bought the BB course, and I cannot wait to dive in. Awesome, Curtis. Can't wait for you as well. Feel free to hit me up, too. You know, if there's ever any questions, or there's like a section you have questions on or something. I'm always here. But go through it once on your own, I would say. You know, not any charts, nothing with you. Just go through it, try to get through the information. And then the second time, I would go through it again, but with your own chart. Therefore, you can kind of like, you know, draw some of your own examples or find your own or do your own, you know, whatever, and go along with it. And then I think that is what will be a really, really good, thorough dive into the course. And you don't have to do that like for every section. You know, I wouldn't expect you to go through the options basics, you know, 20 times over. If you want to, be my guest, but... I'm just speaking in terms of like the day trading, swing trading, you know, scalping point of view. But good on you though, Curtis. More power to you. Hope you go through the course. Take your time. No rush. I think that's another big thing too. Two big things that I've seen a lot of people fail from. It's not even themselves really. It's It's the stupidest things. But you don't realize it because you're the one in the process, you know. And same here. Like if I was in it and I was dealing with something, I wouldn't notice it because I'm the one in the process. I wouldn't even realize it. So this is why it's important to have trade logs, to review, to back test, because this is what will help you find those small mistakes you might be making, those patterns, those barriers you're probably creating for yourself. You know, and what are some of the biggest ones that we know of? Well, one of them is routine. Most people don't have a routine. If I ask 9 out of 10 people, you know, well, what do you do every day for the market? How do you prepare yourself? And they'd be like, what do you mean? Like, do I have SPY charted? Like, what do you mean by that? You know, it's like, huh? You don't have a routine. So that's a really big issue too. Just having something consistent to follow through with. I feel like it's most people's problem. It's not even that they're dumb or that they don't have a good strategy. It's like you're not even giving yourself a chance. Is more or less your problem, you know. And I'm not even just speaking to Curtis. I'm speaking to everybody here. So again, find your strategy. Stick to it. Don't jump around every 5 seconds. Stop jumping around just because everybody on social media is doing something or everybody's doing this or everybody. Stop being with the pack. Don't do that. Find something you enjoy. Find something you're comfortable with. Stick to it. Try to grow with it over time. Develop it. You know, it's don't find a strat and think, oh, this is it for the rest of my life. No, like there's going to be times where you're going to be like, oh, why do I keep making this mistake, or why does this keep happening when this happens, you know, and you're going to have to adjust. So good morning, stick to the plan. Exactly, breaking levels. I love it. Good morning and happy Fed up or down Wednesday, team. It really is. No problem, Curtis. Good morning, Maxon. Always happy to see your name pop up. Hope you're doing well. My routine is taking the money and running. Maintenance is a big thing of my routine. See, there you go. Maintenance. That's something people don't think about. Like 9 out of 10 people do not think about maintenance of their charts, maintenance of their routine, anything. They think, oh, this is it. I'm done. I'll follow this forever. You know, did you clean up your levels from yesterday, and then did you go into your yesterday's levels, you know, and fix them up to have your chart ready for today? Did you clean your chart up? Basically, is what I'm saying for today. You know, and some people don't do that till the next morning. Some people don't do it at all. I'm a certified chart janitor. Always cleaning up. I like that. A chart janitor. Chart maintenance man. Good morning, Dondu. How you doing? Just under 4.5 minutes until market open. How is everyone doing though so far? Hopefully you guys are enjoying your morning. Just for a quick rundown, if you are in the Discord, every single Sunday or Monday, like kind of like this week because we had, you know, a weird week with the holiday, you need to be checking my channel out. There's always going to be a weekly watch list or weekly piece of news or weekly video I give out. This week it was a video, huge video. So check that out. BBBot, this is where a bunch of really good information gets posted. We also have weekly watch lists. So you need to be checking this on Sunday, Monday. Going into any day of the week, though, you need to be checking Bueller TA, where daily watch lists are posted, good information, good news, all kind of stuff like that, as well as BBBot. These are my friends who post. So make sure you're at least checking those two channels every single day if you are a part of the Discord. Just wanted to reiterate that again, because that is very, very important. I also still see some people thinking I only upload that scenarios video for YouTube members. That is wrong. Those also go to Discord members in my personal channel. I can't spell English ever. There we go. Damn, I didn't even realize. Okay, cool. Morning all, remember to be patient today. I like that advice, E. Good morning, John. How are you doing, Bueller? I'm doing great, man. Y'all would actually shit a brick if y'all realized what I did the other day. I had a great night of sleep, though, so I'm here. I'm happy to be here. Like I said, though, with this new stream schedule, it does not matter what piece of news is coming out. I will be streaming. Again, if it's Monday, Wednesday, or Friday, I will be streaming no matter what. Tuesday, Thursday, Devin streams in the Discord to the members of the Discord. How do I copy the BB spreadsheet for myself? Which spreadsheet? There's a few. Good morning, Brian. Good morning, Ghost. Good morning, Alexis. Glad to see all of you. I recognize each of those names. Which spreadsheet do you mean, though, Jacob? Let me know. Happy to help. And yeah, guys, be sure to drop a like on the stream. Be sure to go back to the beginning if you want a kind of review of what we were talking about with SPY, the market, the sectors, what we're looking at, watch list, all that good stuff. 10 seconds before market opens. The entry and exit. Oh, like the trade log. If you go to the long scalping movie video that I made, there's a link there that shows you mine, and it shows you a blank one that you can copy for yourself. That's the big SPX scalp trading movie. It's like 2.5. It's like, isn't it like 2.5 hours? It's just under 2.5 hours, I think. But yeah, that one. No, I know what you're saying now. At first, I thought you were saying trading strategies, and I was like, huh? I don't have a spreadsheets for that. But no, now that's making a lot more sense. Yeah, the links are in that bio. I think I updated the bio since the release of that video. So if you saw it day one, the link wasn't there for you. But pretty much every day after day one, that link has been there. So if you watch the video after that, it's definitely been there. But yeah, just check that links out in the bio. I've been trying to do better about the bios of my videos with information that are either from that video or something I talk about from the video. You know, just context. I've been trying to do better about that with links. Good morning, everybody. Glad to have you all. Be sure to drop a like on the stream. It does help out the channel a ton, more than you know. Let me go through the sectors first. Tech is at a support of demand from previous day low. If they break this, it's very, very bad. You will see a very nasty drop on SPY. So watch to see if they hold tech. This is, again, your heaviest sector of the market. Healthcare, second heaviest. Not that popular, though. Are losing support. They have flushed through supports of pre-market from previous day. So here we see, can they hold 131 is the question, really. Can they hold that? If not, then we will be flushing more. You can see banks are dropping it open as well. We'll see if they can hold previous day low demand. Discretionary dropping down, but really not losing much. We'll see if they maintain rejecting previous day high, previous day close range, or are they going to get back over that? And if they do get back over that, can they hold it? And comms in the same seat. So we have a lot of things pulling down to previous day lows and trying to hold as support. And if they can't, then we will get a bigger flush. And if you go over to the SPY chart, we're getting the exact same piece of information. Again, they're at the previous day low demand, and we're looking like we either want to break it and get us a retest to move further lower, or we're going to build some base here and try to move up a little bit higher, maybe go test the top side of our range. If I had to go ahead and guess from right here, right now, what today is going to do, I would already go ahead and assume that today is going to do this. Now, should we be biased, though, and say that today's just going to chop? No, we should not be. anything could happen. You could have moves happen outside of demand. You could have it happen outside of supply. But I just wanted to point that out to you. That is definitely very possible. Nvidia in range. Keep their watch list levels on watch. Above 438.07, below 432.95. We also have Tesla and Meta. Good morning, everybody. How's everybody on stream? Be sure to drop a hi or a emoji or something like that. Show me you're alive. Jack, I like that. I'm alive. Alright, let's see if they can maintain holding support of previous day low demand, or we're going to get a breakdown. Again, first 10 minutes, you really do not want to be trading. It's just good to get information. Observing today's price action and vibing. I feel that. I got to get used to that too. A lot of us are probably not going to be wanting to trade today. We're just going to be wanting to chill and just kind of watch what's going on. I do see a couple tickers turning green. Apple, Amazon, Tesla. There is something I can talk about. Let's bring it up on the screen. Pictures. Yeah. So just showing this off, there are 4 scheduled videos on the main YouTube channel. Again, this is the one that you're watching right now. On the 22nd, this is tomorrow, you have a Fibonacci video that's coming out talking about the bigger time frames and how you can navigate them. It's just really good Fib information. And with this coming out, I had to release another video that was for my YouTube members. But with this information, it's another long Fib video. Everything. I mean, it covers Fib everything. So be there 5 days from that. I think next Tuesday. Next Thursday, small little trade happened on Netflix. I think this is an older one, but still just a good layout. So that'll come out next Thursday. And then on the 1st of July, a big bonus video coming out, a one-on-one with me that happened. It's about 90 minutes long. It's just a really good explanation of everything that I think a lot of people need to hear. It's not really the fact that it's a one-on-one. It's just the fact that it covers a lot of the basics, and then I kind of dive further into each of them as I talk about them. So it's just a really good breakdown overall of everything that we do here. So definitely be on the lookout for those 4 uploads. Be sure to drop a like and a comment on each of them. Make sure to go watch them when they come out. Some of you might have already seen some of them, but either way, a lot of really, really good content coming out soon, so just keep that in mind. And then, yeah, hopefully while those are all coming out, I can make some different videos for you guys. Make sure to let me know what other kind of content you guys want. Do you guys want more charting videos, too? I haven't done another charting one in a minute, but those videos coming out really do break down a lot, so I think y'all be pretty full on content for a bit. XLY is strong today. I saw they turned green, which is pretty impressive. A lot of these are weak at open. I do see Amazon and Tesla are 2 of those green sectors, or 2 tickers up here that are green, and those are both within the same sector. Again, that's your XLY chart. Good job. Comms are sideways. Google, Meta, Netflix, all producing the same exact price action. Nvidia struggling. Microsoft, AMD trying to get some buyers. Apple trying to maintain. It's small caps hurting you today. Small caps and healthcare are hurting you. Banks hurt us a little bit. Comms are trying not to hurt us anymore, but we'll see. But yeah, it's small caps, healthcare, in banks. Small caps, healthcare banks. Small caps, healthcare banks. Keep that in mind. Watch Tesla just continuously pump. Tesla and Nvidia continuously pump today. That'd be hilarious. Damn, Noxta still on fire. If healthcare finds support, we could pop a little. Maybe. Maybe. They are still selling off through 131. Tech's trying to hold support. Nothing crazy, though. Banks also still just kind of at their low. Discretionary still where they were. Comms tried to continuously hold. They just, again, producing an indecisive candle. Yeah. It's just everything's trying to get their footing right now, I'd say. So you're getting a lot more red reaction right now. Just not enough to continuously flush it super fast. Lowering volume from candle to candle through the first 10 minutes of the market opening. Same three tickers are green. Apple, Amazon, Tesla. Discretionary still the only green sector out of my main core. It was a big if. No, yeah. Trust me, I get y'all's alerts. When you say something and it changes instantly and it invalidates, trust me, I get you. That happens all the time. Again, what are we doing? We plan. We have a bunch of stuff on our chart, and then we plan around it. That's it. We look for invalidations and validations. That's it. Anything outside of that, no point looking at. So if it happens right after, it's okay. Look at that. We get our first sighting of a green candle, and it's as soon as healthcare and banks slow down. It's crazy. Now, are we going to get some weird timing and these go red when those go green, and then vice versa over and over? Or are these all going to work together? That's the question. Comms are continuously dropping. Yeah, Google lost previous day support. Possible lower high on Meta. Netflix trying to retake today's open. That's a good sign. From one of them. Banks took a dip. They're still in range though. It's not like these things are dipping and like losing support. They're just dipping from the highs of their move. So it's not the worst we've seen. Chinese stocks are moving up. Looks like, yeah, Neo, Jesus. Yeah, how's this one? I want to look at this one. We looked at this one together. This one looks really good. I hate to say it because it's on a dividend payout day, but it actually looks really good for a potential dip. We'll see, though. I forgot who told me to chart that. That was one of y'all, though. All right, let's see if they end up holding demand, or are they going to turn this into supply by breaking it, retesting from underneath. Exactly, we are reactive to what we plan. Exactly. You don't want to be a reactive trader in the sense of like anytime something happens, you're jumping on it or doing something, you know. But when it comes to things you've planned, yes, you want to be reactive because it's something you've planned out. It's something you already thought over. It's not like it's the first time you're seeing it or it wasn't something you looked over beforehand. So in a way, yes, you want to be reactive. In a way, though, you don't. You want to be reactive to what you have talked about, what you have planned, what you've looked at, what you have charted. You do not want to be reactive to things you've not looked over. It always ties back to that French example I gave y'all last week. Which, as stupid of an example as it was, it did make a lot of sense. We closed in red or green today? I would say yes to that. A fat yes to a double-sided question. We'll see, though. So far, we've been dipping. Again, pre-market was dipping all the way to previous day lows. We're now dipping into those lows. We'll see if we can lose them or not. So, definitely had a pretty strong part of the chart. Here in about 16 minutes, Powell will be beginning his testifying. So, that'll be starting soon. Also have other Senate hearings, other Fed speakers, all kinds of information. So, wouldn't be surprised to see a bunch of volatility in the early part of today. No trades here. Good stuff, Mel. I've been seeing you test yourself lately. I like that. Dump beat. Dump beat now. Looks like a wedge on the 1 minute. Yeah, it's got a good look to it. Very indecisive 30-minute candle on Apple. That says a lot. AMD lost support on the 15. Microsoft's not looking too hot on the 15. Those are all in range. We already knew comms were breaking down. We see a little bit of waking up on those in the 15-minute. Yeah, I mean, so far all we have is a dip and then a test of demand, which we understand buyers are there, so we should be getting some buyer moves. Does that necessarily mean we have to get bought up from this area? No, but it will probably take some time for sellers to break this down and take control of it if that is what they're going to be doing today. So that could take a little bit. Plus you have a bunch of volatility about to pour into the market here in 13 minutes. AMD still holding under previous day low support. Keep an eye on that one. That could be a really good trade to the downside if they hold under 117.70s. Stop loss at 118.10. Could be following Nvidia's move to the downside. Amazon turned red. Tesla almost turning red. Apple turned red. Those were the only green tickers on my screen. Discretionary was the only green sector. They have also turned red. So seeing some continued weakness. IWM, the small caps, did get a little bit of buying, so that slowed down some of the selling. Healthcare, banks. Again, guys, what were the three things I said over and over and over that were really pulling us down? And Evis, you were the one who pointed it out. But if they got some buying, could it slow us down? And that is exactly what we're seeing happening. But now, we're getting very bad timing. Other sectors are trying to break down while those are trying to move up. You know, so it's almost like nothing's happening. And that's being reflected on SPY very heavily. So if we were going to see those continue to have weakness, we're going to see a very nasty flush. If those continue to hold in tech, comms, discretionary continue to hold and want to move higher, we're going to see a very good move off of demand. So it really is relying on a lot of the sectors moving right now, but they are pushing and pulling each other very hard. Good job. Yeah, a defensive rotation, exactly. Good job. I'm glad you guys are catching on to that more without me even saying it. Again, I'm just trying to go through these, talk about them positioning-wise, and you should be able to draw a picture in your head on where everything is. See? They even turned that red for a second. That's crazy. With how much battle it took for buyers to even turn that back green. That's crazy, that amount of movement's happening in 10 minutes. 10 more minutes till more news comes out, more data, more speakers, more volatility. So be very careful. Good job, though, in the sectors. I am seeing a few of you progress on that very, very well. Good job, David, with lead test potential. Damn. Good job, Sinful. Yo, good job, Sandollar. Good job, Update Zaytoven. Good updates by D-Touch. What IWM swings are y'all in? Let me just go look. Oh, okay, I see it. It'd be like that. Apple kept pulling down. AMD kept pulling down. Good job if anybody listened to the advice I talked about with the watch list levels. Again, that was not on the main watch list. That was just talked about in here. I posted that in Lifetime. Nvidia kept moving lower. They gave us added confidence. Amazon possibly going up. They're defending today's open still. Possibly going up to make a lower high, that is. They need to get over pre-market high to really break all of that. But they turned green again, so that's a good sign. Tesla did flush under 274.40s. They're at 272, which is an ultimate break below. Google broke not just under the previous day low, but also the demand of previous day, as well as the next level outside of that at 121.75. Meta's at a very crucial pivot point right now. Tech losing support. Healthcare rejecting. If they end up flushing as well, SPY's going to be making some nasty red candles. Same goes for banks. Discretionary also pulling away. Comms are at the low of their previous day low. So be very careful, guys. SPY could be taking a very nasty flush here very soon. For this to not flush previous day low on SPY, we're going to need to see a couple of sectors slow down and just hold support. Not even necessarily move up, just stop moving down. is really what you're going for there. We'll see though. Yeah, Apple's leaking. Good call out, Rambo. Tech giving up, AMD giving up. AMD's flushing so nice right now. I'm so glad we talked about that. Microsoft broke support. Yeah, tech's definitely flushing. Discretionary is trying its best not to with Amazon. Tesla, though, pulling under 272 right now, which is a very bad level to be breaking. Same for Google, breaking that next level outside of the range. Something's holding SPY for a half second. Let's see what it is. It's not tech. It's not healthcare. Alright, so comms, and I'm going to assume IWM. Yeah, IWM is moving higher. That was one of the few things holding us down at the early morning. Now they're one of the few things trying to hold us from continuing to fall. Yep, POW in 5 minutes. Good job, Dondu. Like I said, don't worry about whether it's about taking a real trade or not, doesn't matter. What's important right now while you're starting out and just trying to learn and get confidence is growing, learning, picking up on the structure of what you should be looking for. You know, who cares about the gains or losses right now? You should be worried about, why do I like this entry? Why do I like this exit? You know, what makes this, you know, so enticing for me to get into? You know, that's what you need to be looking at. And you are, so that's good. Proud of you. Possibly, Chef. And thank you for checking out the weekly video. I'm glad you looked at that. Because, yeah, if you do go back to my bigger time frame TA, it looks like we want to go fill that gap right below us. Which does end at about 433.80. So maybe we're flushing down, you know, just to go fill that real quick. I'm not sure. SPX possibly, yeah, they're testing previous day low on SPX. Keep an eye on that. That cracks, that's not going to be looking good. And then, yeah, I gave y'all this chart. It was like Friday or Saturday I sent this chart out. I don't remember, but I gave y'all this chart like super early. And it was just to show like, hey, just watch the important stuff. You don't need to watch like everything. And yeah, SPY's flushing. But this one was super effective though. I drew it from the daily time frame from what we drew on Friday. Really good breakdown on what we need to be looking for. I just gave you kind of the basics of everything. breaking previous day low. This could be very bad. Sheesh. They're just still flushing it. She's a sinful. I just saw what you did there. Is crypto at least green today? I mean, who cares? But like, is something at least green today? Oh, okay, there's something green today. Crypto's killing it. Okay, coin started higher, pulled down. I'd be looking at a dip buy at this one. If Bitcoin continues higher, look at a dip buy at coin. Mara still too. Bullish retest so far as long as they hold 1225. SPY fighting to try and hold demand. We'll see how long that lasts. Yep, they're trying to hold demand, guys. Let's go to our sectors and see what's the leading cause. Tech sold off. Now, the big thing here, guys, and this could be very bad for bulls, is if everything goes up that just broke a support, if everything goes up and doesn't retake what they just lost, that will be very bearish. So keep that in mind. That could happen in the next 10, 20, 30 minutes. This can happen on every sector that just happened. Actually, a higher low on banks. Very surprising. So watch that retest on tech, discretionary. Comms actually never broke support, so that's a good sign. But we might just be delaying the inevitable. 9 o'clock is hitting. A lot of volatility should be stepping in now. I would definitely chill out on heavy size trades right now. At first, they said Jesse from Buellers buys, and I was like, what? And then my head was like, oh, Breaking Bad. Yo, do any of you watch Black Mirror? I know this is so off topic. If any of you watch Black Mirror, the new Black Mirror episodes came out. The one that has Jesse Pinkman, golden. That is like one of the best Black Mirror episodes in that entire show. New low of day on SPY. They are not wanting to hold demand. They are losing demand. Sheesh. They're making it down to 434.40s, everybody. That's first target already almost hitting. That's crazy. Nasty drop. Nasty drop. Again, though, guys, we all saw it coming. Is anybody here confused on why we or how we saw that coming? Again, we've just been watching sectors all morning. Tech told us what was up. Discretionary told us what was up. Comms finally losing support. And it's funny because banks and healthcare are the two that were two of the three bigger weak ones. this early morning, but they didn't pull us down through anything significant because of course, tech, comms, discretionary outweighing them together. But then you had them all slow down, pick back up, and then the other ones reversed and broke support. And now that the heavier ones are losing support, that's why you're getting lower new lows of day on SPY. Yeah, small caps have strength, but they're not moving the market. They're not going to move SPY. Good eye, though. See, that's important, though, because most people are going to be thinking right now that everything is selling off, when that's not true. Everything is not selling off. And look, perfectly just smacked our level in wicking already. And then I set this plan. Alright, let's see if they want to break this first and continue to flush, or do they want to try to hold this here, give us a better retest of demand? Whether it's right here to turn this into supply, or to go back to the top of it and turn it to supply, does not matter. Either of those would be fine. I prefer the second one. Go up to the top of this, then pull all the way back down to really turn this into supply, but if they do the shorter one, it's okay too. It's not the end of the world. But very good volume came through on that. Didn't quite match the opening volume, but still good volume. Banger app. Okay, good. Some of you saw it. Just started to binge watch the show. Crazy. Only on season 2. There's actually a lot of episodes I skip in the early seasons. There's a lot of really shitty episodes, but some of the really, really good episodes make up for it. It's crazy. It's a weird show. That's why I like it so much. Like, none of the episodes connect to each other. None of it's like, you know, it's all just weird, gotta pay attention type stuff. So it's really cool. I hope you enjoyed them, man. The later seasons, you're going to enjoy a lot more, Alexis. I can't wait for you to get to those further ones. You're going to laugh when you get to Striking Vipers, but... Josh traded results. God did. He's doing the DJ Khaled. God did. Alright, let's pull it up on stream. Oh, yeah. I didn't even read all of yesterday's. Good job, Riak. Hey, good job, Riak. Good job, Ratch and Riak. Said Riak twice, I think. Alright, so trimmed half my NTC puts from some trade ideas. Wow, 17%. Kick ass, Dondu. Wow, and then your runners got it too. Nice. Another fire there. Retest, meh. I actually had an easy exit at 310 from 255 in the same 10-minute candle I entered on, but instead of getting out, I got silly. But being confident reading the chart with the setup kept me confident in this trade. God kept me aligned. Alright, so he traded Netflix, got a really, really nice percentage. Let's go see what he did here. Okay, thank you for drawing the entry again. Okay. So you like that it broke down, you like that it came back up, you like the retest, you like that it had low volume. So this is a very, very awesome trade here. I like this a lot, Shane. Beautiful work. What time frame is this? The 10. Awesome. Nah, seriously though, that's a beautiful trade. That's a very, very high quality trade. Seriously, beautiful job, Shane. I can't see my... There we go. Round of applause for Shane and anybody in the trade results channel. Still getting indecisive trading at 434, 46. Let's go see. What is this level? Oh, I'm misclicking everywhere. There we go. Oh, I thought that said yearly. There we go. So this is an emerging candle from July 7th, 2021. See, price history is more important than anything. It's so easy to draw. That's why I'm like still confused. There'll be like people in chat who've been here for like years and still won't use these levels. And again, I get it. Whatever, you know, you found a strat on your own. You want to be comfortable with it. I get it. You know. But still, like, Jesus, these levels are just so helpful, and they don't get in the way of anything. You can still use whatever strategy you're using. It doesn't get in the way of anything. God did, Shane. No problem, Shane. You deserve it. Yeah, possible more flush time here, peoples. You might be right. Good job looking at the 1 minute to get that quicker view. What'd you end up doing, Bill E? Were you in calls or something, or you were just cash and you were saying you should have just been in puts? The main indication to me that broke out for like just open range breakout was merely just the fact that we were retesting and rejecting the 9 EMA here towards the top of what was supposed to be demand. You were supposed to be seeing buyers pop up left and right here, but we weren't. We weren't getting any of that. You know, at first you were getting a little bit of indecision, and then you got a buyer reaction, failed buyer reaction, right? That was the only thing inside of the range of this demand that gave me confidence that we may be falling. And then once I started to see these start to break lower outside of that candle, I was like, okay, we probably will make it to this level. It just might not be the prettiest move. And that's exactly what happened. We had a pretty ugly drop down to 434.40. Now the question is, are we going to make this into supply, which is very bad for buyers? So turning this into supply is essentially turning this into a seller-controlled area. And this can happen if they go back into here and reject from here, and never get back over the top of that range. That'll be very bad. And like Blink just said, he said, and we closed under the BB level, which is nice. So we closed under 435.50 as well. We closed under pre-market lows. So, you know, you have other confirmations. This is exactly why I like this system. It's all about confirmations and how many do you have, you know. Did this look good for grabbing puts? Yeah, I mean, it broke support, but we were entering demand, so it's not really fair to say, right? But by the time you got to this candle and a couple of these candles, you had a lot more than just, oh, we broke support. You know, you have at this point in time, you have, oh, we broke pre-market low, we rejected 9 EMA, we broke into demand and haven't really showed any significant strength, and we've also now broken another level outside of that. You know, now you have a lot more going for you compared to the guy who's entering on this candle saying, oh, we broke pre-market low. Okay, but what else happened? You know, so also stack your confirmations. That's really what's going to help you out. Also, that might even get you into some trades that you usually wouldn't take. You know, sometimes you'll find yourself looking at this and be like, you know what, I should have taken puts. And that's good. You should be looking at this and reviewing, you know, what should I have seen? What could I have seen to have taken this? Without making anything up. Again, you don't want to give yourself a moving variable. What was I getting at, though? No trade. Nice bearish rising volume candle in the 10-minute too. See? Other good confirmations. Good stuff, guys. Going to the other time frame, seeing what's up. But that's what's helpful to me, is just finding multiple confirmations that push you into the trade. You shouldn't be looking at something and getting FOMO. You should be looking at something and seeing confirmations, and that should push you into the trade. The confirmations is really what should give you FOMO, not big red candles, is really what I'm trying to get at. So keep that in mind too. And we are getting that buyer reaction after failing to break under 434.40s. We'll see if they are strong enough to hold control of this, or if they're going to reject this, pull back down lower. And if so, that will confirm that this is seller-controlled supply, not demand anymore. Yep, good job, peoples. Exactly, multiple confirmations is what we need to see, Bill. Exactly. That's what I was going to say, though, is the FOMO should only really push you in,
because it's from seeing confirmations. And that's not really called FOMO anymore. Now you're actually taking a disciplined trade, right? So that should be what pushes you into the trade, is the confidence, the levels of like, wow, look, this is telling me to grab puts. That should get you into the trade, not just because you see big red candles. Took a spy along. Good luck, Smell. See if it ends up holding up here. Let's go through some equities after we go through some sectors real quick. So tech did move a little bit lower, failing to give us that better move. And look, let's check that out. Who's been using my fib technique, or me or Leland's fib technique, a lot more? Let's see. Was this a short-term retest, or was this just a random green candle? Let's go from the point of break to the point of slowdown. And you can see they maintained under golden pocket and control point. This is a bearish retest. This is a bearish short-term move. You know that just off basics of seeing that. The basics of the fibs. Healthcare, surprisingly enough, still holding up and looking to try and retake today's open. Banks also building a base, possibly getting buyer moves out of both of those sectors. Discretionary getting a short-term buyer move. I'm not going to say that one's bullish yet because we have not gotten any good confirmations yet. We just have one test of support and one buyer move. Comms, very, very strong today, holding support. That's the impressive one today. Apple at the last line of defense, it looks like, for short-term break. AMD just keeps selling. Microsoft at next line in the sand. So is Nvidia. If they can't back over 426.75, looks like they want to keep selling. Amazon still breaking support. Tesla did make it down to 265.20s after breaking 272. Again, we went over that. Below 272, stop loss at 272.96. That 265.27 is actually the last target on the watch list. So if you ended up taking that off the watch list, great work. That one was a lot more easier to catch compared to Nvidia because this one fell without any strong confirmations besides just price action. Whereas, and this is why I went over AMD, AMD followed Nvidia. So that's why I went over that one instead of saying, hey, jump into Nvidia. So even though we missed Nvidia, we adjusted. And you can see Meta still mostly in range. Again, the break below is 280.80. And you can see they went perfectly down from pre-market break all the way down to 280.80, held as support, and now they're bouncing back up. So failing to break the ultimate passive break below on that one. But so far, list super accurate. A lot of the breakdowns in the stream today, super accurate. Just had to be a little patient. But I really do hope a lot of you guys are taking advantage of the levels I work so hard on, the list, the amount of information I post out for you guys. I really do hope you guys are taking advantage. I don't care. I don't give a rat's ass about credibility. This is for your growth. I don't care if I look cool or if I sound smart. I don't care about that. I want to see you guys grow. I want to see people in chat posting plays. I want to see you guys in there giving each other directions, giving each other details, helping each other out, helping newcomers. That's what I want to see. Giving accurate information to each other, not being lazy, being disciplined, staying with the routine, maintaining the routine. Again, what's the hardest part of trading? It's not succeeding. It's not even getting to the point of succeeding and getting to a point of routine. The hardest part of trading is maintaining. Getting to the point of having a routine and maintaining that routine over time. That is the hardest part because boredom is honestly your worst enemy once you get that far. It's not even learning anymore. It's just boredom. Yeah, nice recovery so far. Nothing crazy. Again, just a better test of demand. Again, are they turning this into supply? We will know here in a few minutes. If we can get a good close over this yellow area and a good hold, very, very good sign that buyers might be getting some really, really exciting moves to the upside. And if they end up rejecting this and pulling back down, might be getting some really good, exciting bearish moves to the downside. Of course, major confirmation at today's low of day. Major confirmation to the upside, today's open / high of day / 436.32, that next level right above. At 10 and 15 minute on 9 EMA, great call out. Hey, UNH is pumping. Hell yeah. I think they're at least going to go smack 477, but there's a very good chance they want to go smack 480. That one's at a historical level of support, too. That could be getting some very strong buyer moves in the next couple weeks. I like the same idea for Dollar General and Dollar Tree, which I've already talked about that with y'all. Since talking about them, too, they've actually been getting really good buyer moves on all three of these. So that's good. See, there are perks to joining stream. I can't post all these plays in chat. There's just too many. Hey, yes, Billy. DCC Dark Cloud cover. Good job. Yep, from the BB course. Dark Cloud covers are some of my favorite patterns. That's honestly a really good way of remembering a lot of patterns is just thinking about them like steps. Like all right, so you have like a let's do bullish patterns. So you have like a bullish engulfing. You have a piercing line. You know, and people always think like, oh, engulfings are the strongest or piercing lines are the strongest. When in reality, they're actually pretty similar in strength. This one's opening higher. Or I'm sorry, opening lower, finishing higher, completely dominating the previous day. This one's opening lower, finishing past a certain point of the previous day. 50% golden pocket is mostly used for that. Again, just really good layout. Again, barely different in the pattern. This one's just a little bit shuffled to the downside, while this one's a little bit shuffled to the upside, you know. So they're very similar, and it's very easy to remember them like that because it'll help you remember them for the future. When you look at other patterns, like you look at a morning star, evening star, you look at a harami, you look at a, you know, kicker, you know, whatever. It's just good to have small things to remember or small stats about a certain candlestick pattern because that's how you should remember it, not, oh, it does this or does that. Like, it's big green, big green, bullish engulfing. Okay, but why is it a bullish engulfing? Oh, because it opened lower and it finished higher than the previous day. That's why it's a bullish engulfing. So try to remember the stats about a candlestick pattern. The open and close. Those are almost always the changing, you know, moving thing that make it that pattern, you know. So try to remember the rules of the patterns, the open and closes. Where do those need to be to make what pattern? 50-50 on turning this supply into demand. Or, demand into supply. 50-50 on keeping it as demand. You have a good test of support and resistance in that area, so we shall see who has control here. Very fuzzy area right here. My Intel swing put had a dark cloud cover. Now it's at 70%. I'm letting runners run. Good job, Dondu. Make sure to move your stop loss up and everything. Round of applause for Dondu. Be sure to drop a like on the stream, guys. I really do hope a lot of you are enjoying some of the information, some of the updates, some of the tips, some of the information. And it's not all just from me. Of course, you can see my members have plenty of information to share. Come on, LH. You want that lower high bad, don't you? Yo, good job, React. He played those AMD puts. Looks like he had Google and TSM as well. Good job posting the chart, React. Thank you for making that easy to look at. In 2016, the price of ingredients to make an average English breakfast was about 26 British pounds, which is almost $30. The price of ingredients to make an English breakfast has risen to nearly $44 or almost 36 pounds, a new record high as of 2023. Which I don't remember what's all included in that, but that's pretty impressive. Yeah, affordable. It's not that expensive. Dude, I'm trying to tell you, I know, right? It's like... Dude, just give us all your money and you can have breakfast. Like, it's so easy. It's so simple. I don't know why we're making this so complex. Free healthcare? I'm trying to get free breakfast. Skill issue. The UNH is up 17.5% here, Sherman. Lower high possibly being made, possibly turning demand into supply if we exit 435 to the downside here. Buyers can invalidate the seller move. They can get outside of this yellow area to the upside. And just so you guys are completely aware of this, by the way, it's free to view this news channel. All I did was set up a couple pages that I actually give a shit about, like Evan, he's pretty cool. He's got some stuff I don't like, but 9 out of 10, he's really cool. Unusual Whale is just a good vague place to look at. And there's a couple other things in here that are linked. But just good news, so if you're ever looking for a place like to say, hey, what's going on, just make sure you go check that channel. Meta getting some really nice buyers, so is Netflix. Google might get a little bit of action from that. Amazon, nasty move to 123.70 today. Tech still pulling away from the 9, not looking good. Healthcare pulling up. Banks actually looking really good for a base build by the dip move as long as they hold 33. Discretionary pulling back again. Comms, you guys saw that movement to the upside on Netflix and Meta and possibly Google, so that's where you're getting that green movement off of support. Very impressive hold of previous day low. You've seen them hold the same level all morning. Yeah, 20% on UNH. Let's fucking go. Yeah, I got that filled too. Fuck yes. Yeah, 19.5%. Hell yeah. Don't do stuff going against me. FTC is charging Amazon with dumping people into Prime and sabotaging attempts to cancel. Yeah, it was Sherman. I was just showing it, but if you go to the monthly, or no, I'm sorry, the weekly, you can see every time they've dipped back up, it's from here. It's from here. So this is a good spot to have positions. I just took profit on that small play. If I would have had more money in a bigger play, or if I wasn't in Dollar General, I probably would have been balls deep in this. But I'm very happy with the 20% play. The TA still looks good for more, and I can still look at this back for a potential retest play too. If this ends up coming back down or getting any slowdown, I could look for that, look for a better play too. So I'll keep my eyes on UNH though. That is definitely a beautiful ticker to trade. You just gotta have a little bit of capital. Chain is beautiful though. And yeah, still in the DG play for June of next year. Yeah, the size, exactly. UNH is the king of defense. It really is. We've been looking at like DG, Dollar Tree, UNH, a few others. We just got done trading JPM banks. Right before that, Daffy was done trading RTX. You know, it's swing trading can be easy if you know how to read sectors. And I don't mean easy as in like it's easy to make money. I mean like easy as in like it's easier to aim your barrel at the right sector that's going to most likely get the moves. I'm not going to say that you're going to catch great moves or profit, but you'll definitely have a better chance. Hold on, I'm posting my trade view and then I can get off the screen. I bought this at 9.17 yesterday. I'm a nut. Okay, yeah, so I bought it on this candle. Yo, good job, Dondu. Over 80% under INTC runners. Round of applause for Dondu. Alright, yeah, trade review done. I can... Reading rotation fundamentals, exactly. What does SPRY price action indicate currently? What right now you're seeing is a battle. That's why I haven't really explained it again, because I already have. But basically all you've seen is a good lower open, which makes sense. We end up pushing into demand, makes sense. Flushing through it, broke it, made it down to the next area, which again, you won't always have a perfect test of demand, and then they go back up, rejecting. Like sometimes you'll have a little bit of slack or slippage on each side, is what I like to call it. And that's what you saw today. They exited perfectly, made it to the next level outside of that range. And now what they're trying to do is, now that they've... What you're seeing is that sellers were strong enough to break demand, but weren't strong enough to keep leaving away from demand, right? So what you're seeing is buyers have to come back up into here, and they're not strong enough to break this yet. So what you're getting is a fight to see who has control. So nobody has control right now. You have a short-term rejection, which you could say, oh, sellers are in control. But you come down here and you have a wick against support where it's like, oh, well, hold up, buyers have control. You know, and you can't say that it's not 50-50, and if you are, then you're lying to yourself, because this is 100% 50-50. Buyers either keep control of this, and we see a massive move to the upside, and we get a test of today's open, maybe a potential break of 436.30s, which this is what's needed to show buyers have continued strength. Vice versa for sellers. I flip this chart. What do sellers need? If they break lower, what do they need to show they have continued strength? 434.46. Or low of day, really. My bad, though. I'm catching up. How much time did you buy on UNH? UNH, I was actually going to hold a lot longer, EVIS, but since I'm in a few plays to the upside for a long period of time, I wanted to get out of it early. Plus, it was moving really nicely. But for that play, I got September, which I really didn't like. I wanted to be able to get like a December or January, but there wasn't enough open interest on contracts that I liked to hold it long enough. And two, the price just wasn't... It just wasn't cost efficient enough for me to get in for that long amount of time. But what I like to do, though, is I like to grab at least 2 to 3 times more than the amount of time that I know I need. So if I'm going for an overnight swing, which a lot of the time you don't know that you're going for an overnight swing. You just need to focus on the TA, not the timing. So focus on finding a chart that you like, getting into a good play, and buying time. Buying time is more important. And not even really necessarily because of theta, but that is a big aspect. You want to give your play a chance, and a lot of the time your play doesn't have that high probability of a chance because you're not giving it the variables that it needs. Timing, you're not giving it enough theta, you're not giving it a juiced up enough contract, and maybe you're aiming for too far out of the money. Which is funny because a lot of the time you'll see in some of my swing trades too, and other swing traders in chat, you could grab a pretty far OTM contract and still make really good money, really good percentages on trades, but it's all about if you're buying at the right spot of the chart, you know, so it's all about a method, you know, and what method to use to find swing trades, you know, and so I'll go over that more over time. You can already find a lot of the basics on my YouTube channel and my backup YouTube channel that show everything I've done up to this point on swing trading and how I like to look at it. But we can break into more of that again soon, as well as the weekly demand and supply, and then using that on the daily to help you out. So we'll go over that more, which I'm going to do that for Lifetime Group EVIS, which I know that you're a part of, so you're not going to miss out. Because I'm about to do some swing mentorships for Lifetime members, and then, yeah, we'll do all that. Where at, Dondu? You said, will this be considered demand zone on SPY 1 minute? Where? Tesla may have found support. Chart posted on Trade Floor. Good looks, EVIS. I'll go check it out here in a second. Powell is testifying before some committee on fiscal policy. Yes. Which lit. A lot of this information was posted. Make sure to check out the trade floor. What you really need to be worried about more is what times are they talking about. Not really what are they talking about. 435.40, I guess, just sideways a lot right now. Well, Don, dude, I don't know if you're fucking with me or not, but I've been saying all morning this is demand. Is why I was asking you where. But this is demand, yes. If you go from previous day low to the open of the last red candle before this green candle, you have an area of demand. Right now, we're trying to see who has control. Sellers took control, but didn't get the retest and breakaway they needed. They just got the retest. Buyers are holding. And now what we're looking for buyers to push outside of the top of this to show, yes, buyers do still have control of demand. If not, then we have to lead. This has to lead us to believe sellers are still in control and most likely want to pull back further. But that is yes. No problem, Lilith. Kind of a nothing burger. He isn't raising rates or anything significant. No, you're good, Dondu. I didn't know if you were messing with me or not. I couldn't tell if you're doing a sinful thing where you're like asking me something obvious on purpose. Because a lot of you guys do that. So I honestly was 50-50 to see if you were messing with me or not. I wasn't trying to be rude or a dick to you. I could not tell if you're fucking with me or not. I'm not joking, guys. This is what I'm talking about, and I'm not getting onto Dondu. I really am getting onto all of you. All of you do this. All of you will be in here, and I'll say something. I'll be like, guys, this is an area of demand, or this is an emerging candle, and I'll have 3 of you come in here and ask me, what is that? It's like, what the fuck? Are you even listening? And it's not even about, like, did you hear me say it that one time? Guys, when have I ever drawn anything different? When do I ever draw anything different? Every time you see a level on my screen, it's an emerging candle from the bigger time frame, from the TA routine, emerging or a halfway point, or it's an intraday level from the previous day or from the pre-market. That's it. That's all we draw. Supply and demand from high and day. We focus on that every day. Every time I stream in here. Every time. You guys should know this by now. Again, I'm not getting on to Dondu. All of you do this. It's not even like I just need you to listen kind of thing. It's just like, I don't even know what to tell you anymore. Again, not getting on to Dondu. Everybody does it. I am glad you re-asked, though, Dondu. Trust me. I would rather you re-ask me, is that demand, than just sitting there quiet and kind of questioning yourself, really. I would rather you ask me again than hesitate. Don't ever sit there and freak out and go, crap, is this demand? Like, why is it? Maybe I just need to rehear it again. Maybe it's something like that, That's totally fine. But do not be lazy and do not sit there and ignore everything I've been sitting here and saying over the past 3.5 years. Evis, should we have our first meeting today or what? What you vibing to, man? Guilty as charged. No, again, John Harden. I don't want anybody to feel like shitty about that. It's just like, you need a wake up call is what I'm trying to give some of you. You need to hear it. Get up off your ass. Quit being lazy. Stop being lazy. Listen. Be disciplined. Build a routine. Do you actually care about trading? Then you need to actually care about a routine. Show that you give a shit is what I'm asking, basically. It isn't for me. I don't care if you care or not. It doesn't hurt me. Tech moving lower, healthcare continuing higher. That's your top 2 sectors pulling away from each other. Banks moved up higher with healthcare, discretionary pulling down with tech, comms also pulling down with tech. Most likely getting a flush on SPY very soon. 3 of your 5 major are pulling down, 2 of your major 5 are pulling up. That does not outweigh the other. Now, another thing you could be watching too is small caps, now that we have a kind of almost even battle happening with the major sectors. So, smart to probably keep small caps on watch as well right now. UNH is still going. Let's go. I don't even care that I take profit. That's just beautiful that it's moving still. Damn, Neo back to what it was. I was wondering why they were, because if you go look... Oh, okay, never mind. Baba got that pump too. Never mind. I didn't realize. AMD still making new lows of day. Dear Lord. And, you know, that's another thing, too. And here in a second, I'll show you. This is why I say, like, you need to be listening. Because are you the type of person to sit here and go, like, oh, AMD didn't take any retest? Did it, though? You know, did it? Did it not do any retest? Let's really ask ourselves that. You know, and it's everyone's always like, yeah, but the entry level's up here. It's not just about the entry level. What about the targets? You know, it broke under this level as well. This level is just as important as that level, right? So let's say you didn't get any retest here. You know, you're like, crap, I didn't get anything. Is there anything else I could take? You know, go from, okay, let's go from this retest. Where did we pull away from? That level. Where did we stop at? That level. So have there been any retests? Again, ask yourself that. Yes, there were. There was one right here. Now, I'm not saying you should have taken this. I'm just saying if you've been paying attention long enough, you've been able to realize that there are other steps than just marking levels and looking for 40% or 80% entries. You know, sometimes you have to draw a fib. Sometimes there's a situation where you need to do something, you know, and these are things you need to be learning, not how to draw a certain level. Like, you should be past that point by now. Why are my hotkeys stuck on my screen? Oh my god. There we go. Bueller, can you check my trade and trade results? I think it's a good loss, but I don't know if I missed something that showed me we would chop. I can go check it out. Yeah, 1 second. Meanwhile, guys, let's click on the button. Let's make it 100. Thank you, VC. I appreciate you. Looks like we may flush now. Took a loss, but looks like my analysis is right. Just got stuck in chop. That makes me happy. Okay, let's check it out then. AI is down 10%. That's crazy. Is it actually? I mean, I'm not surprised. They did have some crazy rallies, so some pullback is nice every now. Oh my god. Lowering volume though, very low volume. I wouldn't be surprised if they maintained it or 90 MA if they did end up pushing down to this area, but it might be too slow for new short sellers. Now that it's a little bit more of an obvious setup. Again, you do not want to be part of an obvious setup. Let's pull up your trade now. No, I think it's a good loss. I'd put it in that category too. I see what you're going for instantly. Good rejection, potential lower, which lower high was right here actually. And then you had another lower high. Which this one, what are you on? Oh, it's the 1 minute. Okay. So that was the breakdown. That was the lead test. You were entering off the lower high of that. One, two, three, four, five. So it's about right here you were entering. I like the entry, honestly. I mean, maybe it was a little late. I'd say maybe it's a little late. But I get what you're going for. I like it. It has good risk reward. Now let's see, where did you exit? So you did it after that candles, it was pushing lower. I like that. 6 minutes later, stopped out. So you did here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So pretty much when it was back up against here. I think the only thing that would have kept me in this trade is the fact that it never once broke above the control point or the golden pocket, or like a closed candle. That would have kept me in. That this is maybe something that could have kept you in. And you might hit me back with, yeah, but the chop might have screwed my play. And yeah, it may be a little bit, but by now your play is in the profit by now. That's maybe the only thing I see you missed. And that's so tedious. I feel like that's like not that big. But again, that's a pretty obvious lead test though. You know, we go up, we slow down, we go down to make our buyer move. Where do we reject from? Right here. So that's your lower high. You're going off of the second lower high, which again is totally fine. We've seen plenty of trades work like that. A lot of crazy chopping. That is probably the only thing that would have kept me in on your trade, without making anything up. Again, you know me, I don't like to make up things that move. Again, this lead test, you're going to always see me draw that. So it's not like that was made up. That's not even Captain Hindsight. That's just facts. Entry was maybe a little late from what I would probably like you to go for like early lower high entry. But this isn't a stupid entry though. I do like this a lot. New low of day made, of course, right as we're talking about it. So yeah, I really wouldn't be mad at yourself. I'd be pretty happy with that. Like you said, you were happy with having that. Yeah, like Sherman said, sometimes you gotta let the food marinate. Now, I did notice something that I think would have saved you in this trade, though. I see you said entered 7 here. Is there a reason you're entering 7 already? I mean, didn't you just start practicing a lot more? Shouldn't you still be at like 3 or 5? Which, again, if you're confident, that's great, but I just don't want you to move too quick, you know? I think because you were in 7, you were probably in your head like, damn, that's a lot of money I'm probably losing just by doing this to this. Whereas if you had like 1 or 3 contracts, you probably would have been in the mindset of like, damn, I could hold this even all the way up to here and I'll be fine. And that would have been perfect for your taking a profit later on. You go by money amount? Good. Okay, good. I think that's what would have messed with you though, a little bit. Even if money amount was your main goal though, it's like, dude, 7 contracts is a lot. It's not even a money thing at that point. It's just like, oh, there's 7 things I need to close. You know, whereas if you had like 1, 3, or 5, I feel like you would have had a little bit more confidence to hold this a little longer. But still, I like what you were going for, peoples. I can see you're actually going for a good entry. You're not just randomly throwing your contracts at the screen. So I do like that a lot. Good job. Let's see what these nerds in here are talking about. Dealer TA, baby. Who is that in his profile pic? Is that who I think that is? It is. Jesus. What a nerd. I see what you guys are saying in here on the YouTube chat now. I also didn't know I couldn't count those 2 candles as a lower high. So that's good to know for the future. Which 2 candles? These? It is a lower high. It's just not in the sense of like what we're going for. It is a lower high. I don't want to take that away from you. I think I misspoke. It's pretty much a lower high as long as this isn't broken. And something in my scalp series that I do, and don't do this to throw yourself off, but a way to think about it is think about it. So you have, this is your lead test, right? And this is your halfway point of it. So think about it like this, all right? Well, you had another lead test here then, right? It broke down, came all the way down to here, and then they brought back up. So technically, by drawing the second fib, and again, do not actually draw this. This will literally piss you off. You're essentially marking your lower high of your lower high. So essentially, they have short-term control as long as they keep projecting this area. This being your major area, but this being like a staircase. And it keeps doing as long as they keep going down and down and down. Which, again, I don't want to confuse you and make you think you have to add all that. You don't. Please do not add all of that. But it's just a good, accurate way of thinking, like, okay, this is what they need to control to keep going down, or this is what bulls need to push out of to invalidate and try to push higher, is how you should be thinking about it. Areas of control. Who has control? And then going off of that. Honestly, the round of applause to you people is I do believe that is a good loss, and I like that review a lot. Even if it did come back down and completely would have made you a lot of, you know, good gains on that, whatever, who cares? The review is more important. Okay, cool. Good review though, peoples. I like that a lot. Josh, could you share your SPS link? Yes, I can. I don't think I have it updated though, David. These are all from yesterday. I don't think I added anything, but I will. I will give it to you though. Here's that link. Which again, we can go over how I do that a different day. I'll go over charting sessions with SPX style. I pretty much take Leland style when I do SPX though. When I don't do TA routine or emergent candles and BB system and all that, which is still just as effective, I like to do Leland's method because it's a good kind of like day-to-day thing. Which I'll go over that again more. Bueller, do you see any entries I could have played on NVIDIA? There was a 40% entry on the 433 break, but it felt like chasing, so I didn't take anything. It was top watch. I liked 436, 437 risk. K-Cron, I actually went over this in stream because I also agree with you. I think it was chasing if you tried to catch this play. And I only posted this for lifetime chat, and then I talked about it in the live stream today, but I actually went over AMD as the better play to find because it was, I think, 5 minutes lower. It was one candle behind. So that gave it a little bit slower play. In real time, of course, this was easier to see. Right now, it's probably impossible to see. They look like they did the exact same thing. But AMD did actually move a little bit slower than NVIDIA, and that was the one that I ended up calling out. So I don't blame you for not chasing, and that's a really good reaction you had, not chasing. Seriously, do not chase. That could be one of the worst things ever. And in worst case, draw a fib next time, you know, so whatever the last level was that was broken, so let's say this was the last level that was broken, and then we get a buyer reaction here, look for a retest of that, you know, and then see who has continued strength of that, you know, and if they can break over this, okay, then buyers have a chance of reaching whatever levels are in the area, you know, and if they don't, they end up rejecting like they did here, make a high, lower high, and pull away from it, then they're most likely going to want to retest that low of day, and maybe even make a new low of day for all we know, and try to make it to further levels outside of that. So if you ever do find yourself in a position where you find yourself chasing or you feel like you're chasing, draw a fib, go from a level to the slowdown point and see where can we retest. There's always something to do next. But seriously, again, round of applause to you for not chasing. That can be literally where your biggest losses come from. Good job though, K-Cron. I love that question. Blink said strong level at 434.46. Good call out, brother. Double bottom there so far. He said double. Oh, I didn't even see you said that right after. Yes, double bottom. Good thinking, man. And you can see sellers are still working their ass off. Right? They've broken down. They broke demand. They rejected demand, turned it into supply. Right? So this is now supply. This is 100% seller control. Right? So what do bulls now have to do to get control of this? Bulls have to break over it, sit on top of it, push back off. Right? So what did sellers do just now? They had control enough to break this and turn it into supply, but they didn't have enough strength to make a new low of day and hold. Right? So we're not any new strength of bearish. We're still at the same tempo. Exactly. Break above and retest. Good answer. Good answer. I'm scared to look, but I have to. Oh my lord. I'm not even tripping. I'm 2 out of 2. That's still amazing, though. Yo, Dollar General's going now, too. Let's go. Everything is working how we want it to. And all I had to do was take like a day or two break. I'm telling you, man, sometimes like stepping back and just giving yourself that refresher is all you need. It has nothing to do with you like stressing or struggling or you suck at trading. It has nothing to do with any of that stuff. Sometimes you just need that breather. Oh my god, did I really just... I'm trying to click on my other... No, and then I clicked it again. Oh, I hate when I do that. I'm like trying to click Discord on this screen. And I hit on demand on the other screen. Oh, that's so annoying. I do it more than I should probably. Yo, good job, Sherman. 21% in 30 seconds as major sector started pulling back, causing SPY pullback. And complete the play. Let's see. Oh, good stuff, Sherman. 21% in 30 seconds. No easy feat. Do you have DG stocks or options? We are in an option play. And then I think the other day, Daffy got one. And then UNH, I went over in stream last week for like a few moments and I got it on my own. I don't think anybody entered though because it was almost an $800 play. Something light, I see that. Another lower high, possibly. Speaking of the DG swing, actually, Daffy is up 60% on his. He's in a closer expiration than I am, and he's kicking ass on it. CVS with a wink. So the first thing I do is I like to go out to the weekly because I like to find areas of supply and demand or just historical price action to get myself, you know, hey, it's in a good spot, because you don't want to just buy something. You want to buy something that's in a good spot. Of course, if it was down here, I'd be a little bit more excited. But it's not. They are in an area of demand. It's just not as big as I wanted. Yeah, because it's actually right here is where it starts. It's whatever that is, 65. And then it's like, ever since this. 2024. And then I go out to the daily. And I look at the daily to find good plays. I like to look for patterns, which actually looks really good coming out of that move there. Even though they're under the 9 EMA still, which again, if you want to do the EMA shot on top of that, you can definitely add it. 9, 21, 55, 100, and 200 EMA to give yourself the EMA strat on top of the weekly supply and demand with your daily patterns. This can give you really high probability plays. But what you want to look for though is a like right here you got like a bullish engulfing, and then you want to look for a close above the 9 EMA, and then you target the 21. Outside of that, you target the 55. And if you have other levels, that's awesome. You can target those as well. But that's essentially how you trade my swing trades. And on this one, you have a soldier pattern, you have another inside bar, and you just have another inside bar. So you really have no confirmations here, candlestick-wise. You have no confirmations EMA-wise, but you are in the demand, sorry. So this is where buyers are present, so that's one good thing. So I'm like 33% confident on this right now. We get a pattern, we get a crossover, some EMAs. I'm a lot more confident right now. So I'll see if we get more confirmations, but that isn't a good buying spot, so it's not crazy to think buyers will be popping up on CVS there. Good looks, though. It's not a bad ticker. I'll have to look at that more. And you can see I really don't like EMAs that much. I don't like to have them on my screen as long, especially for for day trading, sorry. But for swing trading, they're very advantageous and just really good for direction. Just good for kind of like a guide. Good looks, peoples. No, Vincent. Those are two different contracts. You weren't listening. Or maybe you just heard me wrong. The one that Daffy just took, that 60%, that is not an $800 play. Mine was an $800, or my DG is actually way more than $800. Yeah, you heard me entirely wrong, because that's Dollar General. Dollar General, though, his play was not 800. The one that I posted was a lot more. And then the UNH one was like 800. Just so you're clear on that. I wish, though. I wish he made 60% on $800. Still, though, 60% on anything, though, Vincent, is still impressive. Like you said, still some amazing gains. But don't sit there and think like, oh, because I've been focused on day trading and smaller time frames and I'm seeing these swing gains, I should jump into swing trading. That's where the gains are going to be made. No. Do not think that. There's just as much opportunity in day trading as there in swing trading. It's what you focus on that matters. So please don't think that too. I don't want you to think like, oh, he's talking about swing trades because it's better than day trading. No, that's just what that trade was. I didn't want you to think that. So please don't jump around routines just because you saw some nice gains by somebody or anything. Which I'm not saying you're that type of person. I just wanted to make sure. I just want everybody to be on a consistent routine. That is where the growth will be had. Still, though, good job to Daffy on Dollar General. I don't even think he realized I had posted mine because he had asked. He said, "Hey, could you look at DG?" So I don't even think he noticed mine. But he grabbed a play that's a lot more enticing for any size account because my play is here. The average is $1,500. People aren't going to be playing that all the time. It's just not something people are going to do. Damn, that UNH play ran another 150 after we took profit. Really just happy to have another chain to kind of chart with and try to trade with more. Really happy to be looking at UNH a lot more. Thank you to Sherman for putting me on to UNH. Well, Vincent, I thank you for being honest. Most people would not do that. So you're not like most people. But yes, good gains can be made in swing trading. Good gains can be made in day trading. Just as the opposite, though. You know, good losses can be made in swing trading, just as good losses can be made in day trading. They both have advantages and disadvantages. It's really the type of person you are. Do you prefer being in slower plays that might cost a little bit more? Do you like being in quick in and out of play? Do you hate feeling risk is really what it comes down to. Because you'll feel the risk a lot more in a swing trade than you will in a day trade. Also depends on size. You know, if you're in one contract in a swing or a day trade, that's not going to be as pressured. Whereas somebody who's in a day trade might not grab just one contract for a swing trade. They might be grabbing 10, 20 for a quick scalp. So there's all kinds of disadvantages and advantages to doing either. Ignore if you already covered what are you looking for with DG. Real quick, let me answer Harsh, and then I'll get to you, TJS, because they were doing something with smaller time frames. Tesla 260, 261 is a good level of support. I have 261.50, and 260 is a psychological number. So yes, I would say those are two levels to say are good levels of support. This is also the yesterday open here at 261.50, so this is a very, very important pivot point, Harsh. So keep that in mind. Good looks, though. To DG, though. My bad, TJS. DG. Which I covered it in stream, and we covered it in Discord more than anything. But the main reason we like DG is the big move they've made to the downside, and the fact that they made it towards an area of where consolidation used to be before a move up happened. So really just looking at demand, and I like that it was in here, and then I bought a lot of time. So I bought a June of next year play. Other people bought a shorter expiration, which is okay as well. But that's the main TA. We just like that it went down to a good spot, had some buyers pop up, and we're taking the risk at that spot because it's very good positioning. So we're just looking for good buyer reactions, really. For the DG move. I've had UNH as my primary coverage. I actually just left my job about an hour ago. I quit and I'm ready to take the life of trading on full time. Hey man, just make sure you build a routine, Vincent. See you later, chef. I don't blame you. I will still say this. We had decent price action today. We had a good move down. Then moved up, rejected, turned it to supply, exited to make sure it was supply, but no strength to keep selling, right? So right now we're seeing a little bit of base building while lower highs are being made. Exactly, the BB routine, you know, charting your levels for the bigger time frame, the smaller time frame, you know, adding those levels from previous day on to the next day, and then you know, taking it, reviewing, back testing, where were the entries, where are the exits, where are stop losses, targets, all that good stuff. And then end of day, going into the next day, you need to be kind of maintaining your charts, you know, cleaning them up, having them ready for the next day. And that needs to be your routine every single day. Routine of entry, you know, what kind of entries do you focus on? So make sure you go through a couple of my videos and breakdowns on that. Definitely covered that a fair share over the past couple weeks. Again, like my French example, and nobody take this the wrong way, but let's say I was in France and I was going to hit on a girl, and I don't speak French. I would look pretty fucking stupid, right? I would look pretty dumb. Excuse my language. Right? So it'd be really weird for me to go hit on somebody not even knowing their language. They wouldn't understand a word I'm saying. I would look funny, right? So why would I go do that? I wouldn't. The same thing goes for entry and exit, right? I wouldn't... You wouldn't enter something you never practice, right? So if there's an open range breakout occurring or a retest and you never practice them or thoroughly review them to understand the variations that happen from them and where your stops and targets need to be, then yes, you are going to struggle and you are going to look dumb, you are going to feel funny. So that's kind of another thing too, is routine of your entry. Do you practice what you look at every day? Bueller 2 days ago, I was watching Netflix. I saw that it closed with a bearish engulfing yesterday. I noticed that it had a close under retest / potential 3-bar play. Now it filled the gap to the downside. Okay, so Miggy, you're saying that things you planned beforehand ended up working out very well? And you were looking at just basic candlestick patterns and positioning? That's good. Not a bearish engulfing, but close enough. Good retest happened, and then, yeah, further continuation, moving to fill that gap. I see exactly what you're saying. Good job. Good job, Miggy. I just have to vent, but at least I have to get doing this. No, it's totally fine. That's exactly what I want you to do. That venting that you're saying, that's exactly what I want you to do. You should be talking out loud to yourself. Planning something beforehand, following through it during, and then afterwards reviewing, okay, how far off was I on my plan? How far off was I on any of my thinking? That's the daily routine I'm talking about. Good job. Round of applause for Miggy. Today was one of those days where individual names were more fun to trade. The watch list was what I should have looked at instead. Totally fine, Nomley. At least you're reviewing. Are we about to get another flush under 434.40s? They're acting like they want it so bad. Data no flat. Go. Okay, I don't normally do this, but I am going to update the DG play in chat. It's up almost 11%, which is significant because it's a $1,500 play. 11% is not that significant, but when you're using that much, it is. Come on, load Discord. Where you at? Okay, here it is. I was like, where did I post this? It's only been 5 days. Y'all are just so active now. Okay, that's posted. Alright. Too many times my trades played out. It's okay, Miggy. Don't beat yourself up over that. Again, you're not worried about making money right now. Any jackass can hope to want to make money, right? Anybody can want to make money. But only the few select will want to be disciplined while doing it. To be able to repeat that same process over and over again in a disciplined manner, in a strategized manner. Everybody wants to make money. Duh. But who wants to make good trades? So my DG is up 11%. Daffy's post is up 94% here. So if anybody took Dollar General, great work. Took a November expiration on DG after you announced it previously. Decent fill on a pullback and out, sitting up 22%. This is why I asked what you were watching. Oh, you were in the play from... Wow, so you were on it when I got in then. You weren't even on it when Daffy got in the other day. Okay, so you got a really, really good entry then. So if you got my entry and you got a closer expiration to me, you will have a bigger percentage than me. Good job. That makes sense. Because you'll have a riskier contract, but you didn't pay as much. Good stuff, TJS. Seriously, round of applause, man. And yeah, if you're in a swing with me or Daffy or D-Touch or anybody in chat, ask. I'm always happy to go over it, even if it is something I covered. Because if you're in it with me, I want to be able to make sure you understand what we like about it and what we don't like about it. And then you can go off of whatever you want. Thank you guys for over 60 likes on the stream. Appreciate that. Honestly, really impressed there's still 100 of you here. Just kind of goes to show how passionate a lot of you guys are. It's good. Correct, I got on a pullback after you entered. Oh, okay, wow. You did better than me. See, there you go. Use me to do better. I like it. I'll totally slingshot you forward, man. Shake and bake. Much cheaper 5 entry. The 1 year was too expensive for my... No, I get that. Totally fine. That's another thing, too. Don't think you have to match the exact contract I get. If I'm buying a lot of time, it's because I probably just think the play is going to take a little bit. Good thinking, though, TJS. I love it. Glad to have some people to swing trade with, man. Josh, are you from Chicago? Is that why you're Bueller? No, I wish. I wish I was... I had an actual reason to be called Bueller. Nope, it's just an alias I like. It's a good movie. I do relate to him in some fashion, school-wise. And there's a couple songs where Bueller said that I really, really like. But there's no real Bueller reason. Can you please look at Mara chart? It broke out of the bull flag a day ago. I actually was looking at those this morning, Miggy. Coin and Mara are actually two that I kind of like. As long as they continue to hold, I like them a lot. And why I say that is because Bitcoin has been massively breaking out continuously over and over and over again, and these charts are not reflecting that yet. Well, Mara is a little bit, but I think Coin isn't. Yeah, Coin just definitely looks a lot better than Mara, in my opinion, for swings to the upside. So, ugly candle today, but I actually like it a lot. Filled the gap. You might have a short-term retest beforehand, before another rally, but I do like the crypto stocks a little bit more. Excuse me. A little bit volatile, though. I'd be very careful. I don't know if you want to just start buying longs just because Bitcoin's breaking out, but if this does continue, those are still lagging. Those are going to definitely catch up. Another thing is supply. This is where price was before reversing, and we're already almost there again. So this is the area that's going to be point of control. This is where they hit and slow down and they keep in range, or where they're going to push and retest above to move higher. So keep that in mind too, Miggy. I was looking at that though, because I have been seeing crypto warm up again. Been seeing a lot of altcoins move. I just realized I used to watch some of your Fort vids back then. Oh. We are bouncing off from yesterday's low. So far, it's breathing. Yeah, breathing is a very good way of putting that, Harsh. Good job. More time, less decay, exactly. You guys have been really, really good today. Seriously, thank you guys again for all the likes and joining into the stream today and all the answers and questions and just kind of working together on a lot of things. I think today was a really, really good stream so far. Tech, again, we had a huge sell-off on them. We talked about those. We drew these all together this morning. Healthcare, we thought was going to... Them and banks, we thought were going to be the weak ones. They were in the beginning of the market. They ended up holding and bouncing and actually being the strong ones for the day, which is crazy. And then you have discretionary, taking a similar dive to tech, as well as comms. So 3 of your top 5 sectors all pulling down lower, while 2 of the 5 trying to hold and just stay in range, really. Not really necessarily move higher. SPX is stuck in between range. SPY is kind of stuck between newly made supply and this supportive low of day. But I think I'm going to end the stream there, guys. What you need to be looking out for next is a breakout of this pressure that's being built that either re-breaks this and tries to turn this back into demand, or you're going to see a pull away from this and a new low of day made. But either way, going to be very volatile. Today's not going to be one of those days that you want to just sit here and watch every candle form. So try to go and enjoy your day. Go relax. We'll be back here again tomorrow. Discord stream is tomorrow with Devin, so make sure you're there. But I'll have all the new charts cleaned up and ready for you guys to have, and then we'll have full day Friday after tomorrow. So hopefully you enjoy the rest of today. Hopefully you enjoy tomorrow. I'll see you guys on full day Friday. Make sure to tune into the Discord for levels, updates, and news, and all kinds of good information, and just to join and interact with everybody in the community. Glad to have you all in here again. Thank you all again. We are nothing without you. I really do believe that. So seriously, thank you, and be sure to remind yourself about the new 4 videos coming out soon on the schedule. So I'll be sure to promote those more when they get promoted. But again, hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Feel free to tune into the Discord for more updates on anything. And yeah, we'll see you guys later on. Again, love you. See you guys later.